realms of Senith.
From Erevan's time in the library, you would have heard of this city. Morid, I think, would have as well, but I don't think your character would have ever been here. How old is your character?
Middle age, probably.
Middle age. Erevan, how old are you, though, actually?
When I chose an age, I just picked a random number that seemed appropriate to the picture, so it's just 42.
Middle age would be what, like 170 or something?
Sounds about right.
You guys would have heard of this city, but not been to.
I have a cannon.
You have a cannon?
Mm-hmm.
Did you haul it through the mines?
No, it's a little cannon.
You guys have gone down the mines, gotten to here, propelled over to the other side because the mine track and bridge are gone. And you've landed here in a fairly large room. There's a large crane, a switch in the middle of the room where the mine carts with all the raw materials would be brought to be smelted in the small forge in the corner that's, you're pretty certain, is connected to a larger contraption through the wall. This ledge actually continues on in both directions. You can see more of these rooms and lifts hanging out from the walls. There's a lot of these lining the entire mine area. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's a broken pipe directly south of you guys that's in front of the, or above the forge on the map. Of note, speaking of cannons, there are cannons here, and you can see large cannonballs sorted out on the floor there. It looks like the dwarfs were ready to fight anything that might come out of the ground as they dig deeper. Whoever lived here was pretty certain they would eventually find something that require a lot of firepower to deal with. On the other hand, it could be menaces, like maybe there's kobolds down here. There is a bit of a ticking sound coming from within the forge area. And then to the bottom right of this map, you can see a metallic door that's set up with two cannons pointed at it. So what are you guys going to do?
Turn on push to talk so I don't cough in everybody's ears.
It'll be fine. I'll just use them for cut breaks.
Erevan's gonna look around and see if there's anything of value here, especially any books, maybe something that could tell us what this operation was for, maybe what the cannons were for.
Okay, so which area of the forge would you be looking in? From where you're standing, you can see that there are some tomes near the cannons.
I'll go take a look at those then.
Okay, yeah, as you rummage through those then.
I do understand Dwarvish, is another thing.
All right, that's quite useful, actually. Some of the notes that you're going through look like just wills or last rites or prayers that are written, sketched into books that are otherwise like manuals or plans. Like you do find some blueprints just sketched over with Dwarvish prayers and last rites and whatnot. Not on the map are, you do find some Dwarvish skeletons over here. They look like they were guards wearing armor. As you're looking at the armor itself, you would notice that it looks like pieces of metal were actually cut from it and taken.
Is there anything to hint what sort of importance this metal might have, or was it just regular metal with the rest of the armor?
All right, go ahead and roll an investigation for me.
17.
Morid has something that's like a clockwork device. So you do familiarity with what they're describing. Metal creations that have gone wild. And it looks like the pieces of metal on their armor may have been cut off by such a device. As you're looking through the clothing, you notice that there's some acidic burns. Looks like some of the clothing actually got burned away instead of just deteriorating naturally. Now, while you're in this area, the ticking sound that I'm talking about, you can actually hear it a little bit louder from the west coming through that steel tunnel that goes into the wall. You hear the sounds of steam every once in a while. The forge itself is glowing red hot.
How old are these ruins?
The last mention of dwarfs from this city is about 400 years ago.
And you would think that a forge would have just gone out after 400 years.
Yeah, go ahead if you want. It's really hard for me to hide this from you because of your library background. You're a sage even, aren't you?
Yeah.
Sages always get you.
Yeah. Roll me a knowledge check for history.
18.
What powers the forge, from your recollection, is the sun. It's daytime at the moment.
So if it was nighttime, then the forge either would not be operational or it just wouldn't be as strong.
It can maintain the heat through the night enough to smelt material, but not forge steel. Right now, it's ready to forge steel.
Shall we explore this fully operational forge station.
What's in the center of the map in that wooden circle? There's like it looks like a minecart. Is that full of like materials?
Stones. There's probably some metals in these rocks. There's a gem you can see.
Could go over there, take the gem, and what kind of gem is it?
It would be an amethyst.
Well, seems valuable enough. I'll put it in my pocket.
Okay, this is like a stone with it in it, though. Just so you're aware, you're putting like a big stone in your pocket.
Is that an amethyst in your pocket?
I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying this will need to be removed from the stone at some point by a crafter of some sort.
All right. So yeah, I'll take that along with me because it seems valuable.
As you picked it up, there's another stone. This one with another gem in it.
Ooh, piece of candy.
I'm gonna search through this minecart here, and see how many of these there are.
It looks like these are choice picks from a miner, or several miners even, as they were building this mining shaft. Anything that looked like it had something valuable, they put into this minecart and shipped it up here. So almost every piece of stone looks like it has some kind of valuable metal in it, like an iron or a stone.
I think I'll maybe take a few with me, but it's not like I have to take all of them. But whenever we're done with the entire place, we can, let the king's men search through here.
As you get closer to the bottom of the cart, as you're just cruising this whole thing, shopping, let's say.
Yeah, and of course, I take the most valuable ones, the ones that look the most valuable anyways. I have a feeling my character wouldn't know which ones are the most valuable.
I don't think you've studied crafting per se, like jewel crafting, but yeah, you could put it together. If you see a diamond, you would probably pocket that, right?
Yeah.
However, you do. Mord, what are you doing at this time? Are you helping them look through this card, or are you investigating other things? You're on push to talk, by the way.
Yeah, I was talking that entire time.
I was wondering why you're so damn quiet.
Yeah,
I'm so
funny.
sorry.
Yeah, that's my fault. There's a lot of things to look at, so I'd be looking at the construction of things, distracted by the sounds of machinery moving while he's shopping.
Just trying to make us a few coins here.
Sketching down in his notebook about plans for building his own automaton or his own battle suit.
Is that a loot in the bottom part of the map?
You do find an instrument that's sitting there.
I'm already filling my pockets a good bit with a few of these stones here. I don't think I should take the loot with me, but I do want to take a note of that. Maybe give it to the bard later, try and make peace with him.
Now, you've had to move a dwarf skeleton hand off from it. Arm, I should say.
Well, that's fine.
Looks like they might have fallen asleep with it and passed away. Now, in that minecart, one of the other things you might want to write down is you found some mithril.
Ooh.
Found about 3 pounds of raw mithril.
Ooh.
And what is that?
An extremely light but strong metal. It could be forged into weapons or armor when it's refined, anyway.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
I suppose I'll put that in my pack, too. I'll ask Mort if he wants to take some for himself.
Yeah, we can divvy it up later. Why don't you carry it for now?
All right. Sounds good.
Anything you said you wanted to investigate specifically, Morin? I know you said you're looking around at different stuff, but you can't actually see the map, so maybe I should describe it a little better.
Give me a new link. Maybe I can see it.
And why is it that Erevan can see it, but not you?
This probably won't work, but it fixes issues sometimes. Maybe try opening it in a private window.
Who the fuck is Tiger?
I'm Tiger.
Okay.
I've been so used to voice activation that I can't remember to push the button.
Go ahead and leave it on.
No, because I cough in everybody's ear, man. And Craig gets all pissy when I do that. Craig's all judgy and stuff. He's like, dude, like, why are you coughing in my face, bro? We're in a pandemic.
Yeah.
I'm like, calm down, kid. I'm not going to give you a computer virus.
All right. Did you have to open a private browser? I'm sorry.
I did. I did have to open a private browser.
So it did work. Okay.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Good tip. Ninja's tech tips. I expect you to review Starlink for me, please.
Whole new experience for Morad then, now that you can actually see the map.
Yeah. Oh, look at that, huh?
Hey, look, Mort, you have eyes.
What do your gnome eyes see? All right. So, there is. All right. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
So this is that forge. Is that a cannon? Is that a forge there down here?
That's a forge.
I want to check it out, like investigate it thoroughly.
Okay, well, the first thing you would notice as you approach it is it's really hot. It's radiating a lot of heat. It's ready to forge steel.
Hot, don't touch.
So to the south of it, you can see like a pipe that's sticking out from inside the forge there. It's not shown on the map, but there's actually a lot of heat coming out of there as well.
It's like an exhaust port.
No, that's the area you would put metal in to heat it up, and then there's anvils right there to start tempering the metal. So this would be like your blacksmithing forging area. And then you also would see a ton of controls on the floor near that, where you can control how much heat is coming into that pipe there, that small pipe by the forge.
Nice.
So you can control how much you're heating the metals for different types of tempering.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. And if we make this place safe, I could really build a mech suit here, I think.
There's a lot of tools nearby for tempering small, very small pieces of metal. So yes, to what you're saying, it's fairly ready to do that right now. And the nice thing is you don't have to put it too far into that piping. There's a lever nearby that will release the heat further out so that you can work on the metal while it's still hot.
Awesome.
And not lose too much of the heat by the time you get to the anvil. Now for the cooling, you don't actually see anything nearby that would cool the metals, but you can see marks on the floor where they would have had like barrels of water. You actually do see a small aqueduct that you could fill water up, but there doesn't seem to be any flowing through the aqueduct right now.
That's it. We're moving. We're moving in. This is where we live now.
This is Mord's home.
There's that pipe there to the south of that forge where minecarts could go. The sound of ticking and gears turning is coming from down that pipeway.
Oh. Can I hear like the type of ticking and whirring? Does it sound like it's an active clockwork, or does it sound like different?
It's pretty bassy. Like it's traveling pretty far, and it sounds like it might be large gears that are turning.
Oh, all right.
You don't think it's like a small beast or something like that. You think that it might be like a contraption, like a how'd you say, like automation?
Yeah. For
the city itself.
Okay. And then I want to go take a look at those cannons too. We're going to spend the whole session in just this room right here. In case you
Are there any doors here?
Yeah, there's that metal door that the cannons I think he's going to check out are pointed at, the one with the loot. There's that metal door right there that looks like it's a reinforced barrier.
We could probably blast it open with the cannons that are pointed directly at it. I think Ervan's going to go check out the door.
You do find a lever nearby that you think would open it.
Okay, so you don't have to blast it open then. That's cool.
Why do you look so sad?
Because I wanted to make things go boom. Booms are fun. I'm sure you can understand that.
Well, you're the decision maker. We already decided.
So another thing that would be noticed, it looks like a lot of the tracks have been taken in a similar manner to the armor pieces. Little chunks of metal missing from the armor. The tracks similarly are missing little pieces of rail.
One curiosity I have here, is this something I would know and maybe have to roll for, but is the wood from the tracks the same as the wood from Ruckus?
Oh, that's a good thought. No, you wouldn't have to roll anything for that since you kind of...
It was a recent encounter.
Yeah, a similar kind of wood, but it would have been... This looks like it's just lumber, right? It's not like a specialty wood, but it's the same type of tree that would have made it. And they're using that lumber here, you would imagine, because there's a lot of weight that would be coming up here in those mine carts, and it'd be used quite often. Now, the pieces of rail that are sitting on the floor, even though these carts haven't been used in a while, where the carts are full, you can see that the rails are digging into the stone and leaving marks. So just to the right of that switch area, there's those two mine carts that are actually sitting almost flush to the stone beneath them. So the wood is pretty strong, is what I'm getting at.
Do we know why this place was abandoned?
Roll history for anybody who's curious.
16.
I already sort of have an idea that they are probably attacked by golems.
So there are a lot of rumors that have circled, but in more recent years, though, people don't really talk about this place. It's just that you guys have some access to historical documents, and that's for Erevan. For Morin, you're artificer, and these dwarfs were known as some of the best to have existed. And as you can see evidence right in front of you, they had cannons. They were excellent at making clockworks.
So like this is like, this is like Disneyland for me or something.
You're at the working forge for these artificers, where this forge was operated by clockworks like this right here. This forge is on probably because of some machine that you were just listening to is pointing the heat, the radiant heat to it.
Oh my God, I got to figure this out. Let's open the door.
All right. Do you want to check it for traps? Is that? I'm guessing actually checking for traps is just an investigation roll, right?
Yeah.
And what is your investigation modifier, Morage?
A lot. I'm an intelligent space caster. I mean,
that makes sense. So you check that for traps then. I do have proficiency in investigation, but yours is probably higher.
+5.
Well, roll it at advantage. I'm going to assume that you both would be looking for traps because that's what you've asked for. So yeah, roll at advantage.
How about a 24?
Oh,
at 24. That's really good. You don't see evidence of traps, but this has not been closed for 400 years.
There's been people through here.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying that. Sorry. I didn't mean to respond to that.
I have my greatsword ready for us to open it. Already in action to I'll step away from the door, ready in action to blast anything hostile I see past here. I'm guessing I don't see anything hostile.
No. It slides open. Every once in a while, the door will stop. A gear will catch and it'll start going again. Some slamming sounds from that. But the door opens all the way. Down this hallway, it looks pretty barren. There are some toiletries and whatnot. You see the 2 toilet rooms from where you're standing. There's a ballista set up at another door, but that one looks like an exotic wooden door across the way there. And you see what looks like 4 little workshops that might have been set up here, like for crafting of some sort, with fresh metals that have been just smelted and probably carted in to this area.
This place is of a more civilized age when people just crafted and made things and enjoyed their work. I love it here. Do we have to ever leave?
Probably, yeah.
No, that sucks.
Maybe you can make a home here if you want to.
Like, what's the salvage rights? Can we claim this place? No one lives here, right? Do we have a flag we can plant?
If you want to claim this place, go ahead.
I claim this place, Mordville.
Oh, God. All right. Have fun dealing with the nasties here.
You planning to leave?
No. I think Mord has to do some pest extermination in his new home. And I'll help him with that. I'll keep that action ready from before. And I want to take a look at what is down this hallway here. Or this room, whatever that is. Look, it's just a room.
Mm-hmm. You walk down the hallway here. In that room, you see an elven woman sitting at a table. Looks like it was a recreational table with some cards. There's a dwarven skeleton sitting on the chair opposite of her, just hunched over with its arm on the table. It doesn't look like any smithing was done in this area. It just looks like sharpening, inspection, and finalizing.
So this elf is alive?
This elf is, yeah, it's an elf just sitting at the table, staring at the skeleton in a manner with which Erevan you would recognize as trancing. So essentially, this elf is sitting here sleeping.
Does she have any weapons on her?
You do see that she has a rapier, but it looks like she's just set it up on the table. She's wearing a gown, very elegant. Her hair is down, flowers in it. Looks like she's dressed up for some formal occasion. And the rapier she has with her looks like a ceremonial weapon more than a battle weapon. So she does not look like she's ready to fight anybody. And the weapon she has probably wouldn't stand up to an actual battle.
Would it be much effort to take the rapier and just kind of move it somewhere that's not really close to her? Or would that require some sort of stealth check to not wake her up?
Well, you would probably want to do a stealth check to do that.
I'm not going to bother then. I'm not going to risk
You would have advantage on the stealth check because she is trancing.
I think my armor would give me disadvantage.
So you just roll it at normal.
Yeah. It's not worth it. If she wakes up and becomes hostile, I don't think she could do much with it anyways. I'd be able to just blast it before she actually hurt somebody with it. What does Morage think?
Diamond's an elf, right?
Half elf, half tabaxi, half human.
No.
Sorry.
That's a lot.
Half elf and half tabaxi.
Well, she's got more elf in her than I do.
Actually, she has less elf than half elf, if that means anything.
Quarter elf?
So I guess I have the most elf out of the three of us.
Oh, are you a half elf too?
Yeah, I'm like a half elf, half human. Just a regular half elf, pretty much.
Okay. Well, Diamond just joined the chat.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You didn't notice?
No, I have the stuff turned off, the notifications.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Diamond.
Hello.
We don't have too much to catch you up on.
We searched this whole room, and I went fanboy over all the forges. And that's
And
it.
he wants this to be his home, Morageville.
Of course he does.
We got to do some pest extermination first.
And now there's this elf that's alive, and I think that they've already claimed it, and I'm feeling very sad and conflicted about it.
What do you mean claimed it?
I don't know. She's here playing cards with a skeleton. It's weird. I'm not here to judge. They obviously fell asleep.
I mean, that sounds fun though. Can I play cards with them?
Well, they're right there. I mean, if you want to go wake them up, they kind of took a nap. I don't know how elves sleep.
Just don't get poked by their appearers.
Can I wake her up?
If you'd like to try, yeah, it wouldn't be too hard.
Like gently?
How would you wake her? Just walk up and touch her gently? Is that what you mean? Or
Yeah.
So if Diamond's gonna wake up the elf, I'll keep that action ready to blast her if she shows any hostile intent.
could I have you roll an intelligence check, please?
20.
Nice.
As you reach forward to touch the elf, you see her visage change and shift in front of you. You're pretty sure she's not actually here. She's an illusion.
I'd tell them that she's an illusion.
Oh, whew.
Oh, Morage, looks like your home isn't claimed after all.
That's what I'm saying. Moradville, the dream that is Moradville, lives.
For now, anyways. Let's just hope those pests don't get too pesty.
I'd like to investigate the illusion.
Erevan will take a look at the armory.
I will move the dwarf skeleton and I will sit down.
Just shove it out of the way. Just would be like, get out of my seat, you dwarf skeleton.
It's a respectful shove. It's like it shoves the things out of the way and says, oh, sorry.
All right. Erevan, as you're looking through the various stuff that's on this table, you will find some chainmail that's sitting on here, on this table. Mithril ornaments and rings built into it, as well as some very fine-looking gems. So that's probably the most valuable thing you found on this table.
I'm definitely taking that with me. Is there a way I can try to identify any specifics as to what it is, or is it just a regular suited chainmail?
It may very well be enchanted, but to determine exact properties of it, you would have to spend a short rest investigating it.
We'll do that later then. I'll just take it, try and just gently take it, put it in my pack, keep it, like, folded up, however you want to describe that.
All right. Diamond, did you come back into the room? You were out in the hallway and come back in?
Yeah.
As you're putting the chainmail away and Diamond walks back in, the elf's eyes in front of you, Mord, start to change. And like she blinks a few times and her gaze kind of turns to you. And then she starts looking around the room at Erevan and then again to Diamond. And she just smiles. Hello.
Hey.
Top of the morning to you.
How fares thee?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Would you mind putting my acquaintance back into the chair before you leave?
Sure.
Are you, you just sit here all day?
She smiles at that question.
Century? Decade? Eternity?
No, I have other things to do during the day.
No.
I mostly like to come here to remember my friends, my acquaintances.
No, well, who are you?
I just wanted to know what she means by that. What happened to her friends here? Like,
My name is Alvinia. She's looking at Mord when she says this. She sits back in her chair to look towards Diamond and says, various things have happened to the beings that once dwelled here. She looks at the dwarf that was sitting in here. This one, I'm not so sure how he passed exactly, but I'm sure it was quite heroic.
Well, in that case, I'll try to put the skeleton back, but probably fail at it because skeleton.
put it back.
Quite carefully then, right?
Yeah, respectfully, heroically.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to get it back together and sit into the chair properly. And the whole time she just kind of watches you doing it, unless anyone's going to speak to her during that time. But after you're done, she says, thank you.
Yeah, didn't know that you were intelligent. No offense.
She just kind of stares at you with a grin. She says, what's your name?
Morid.
Charmed.
So, you're not a normal illusion. You're not programmed, if you will.
I breathe. I live. I'm just visiting.
Oh, she's visiting. Would I know what kind of spell she's using to do this?
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
I would imagine an 8 means no.
You are aware that there are projection spells of various sorts. Just by studying her and looking at her image, now that you can tell that she's an illusion, you can't put together how far away she could be. So she could be anywhere from within this city to, 1,000 miles away.
Could Erevan roll an Arcana to get more specifics?
Sure.
Ooh, 20 total.
20 total. You believe this illusion is one of the more powerful ones. So if she's using that to come here, she is most likely 500 miles away at minimum.
So it's probably some sort of spell. She's a distance away, but she uses this spell to be able to create an illusion of herself here and be able to see and hear and just overall sense everything that this illusion could sense if it were a person.
Yeah, she projects herself here. This is a very high level spell, and with it comes with some interaction in her area here. So that rapier that's sitting on the table near her, she could at will make it physical, and she could actually attack you as an illusion. But her ability to manipulate the environment is limited. Just mechanically speaking, this is like an 8th or 9th level spell. So this is a very powerful elven wizard.
So you were here in the heyday.
I've never actually visited. I've only met some of the dignitaries.
Did you meet any of the artificers?
She nods.
Wow. What were they like? And he starts going off like, did they do this and did they do that? And what did they build this? And how did they start going on metallurgy and like talking a mile a minute?
Diamond and Erevan, you can see that she is actually fascinated by Morid as he's asking all these questions and how excited he is. She's just like watching him, studying him, and seems legitimately charmed by his enthusiasm. And when you're done asking her, Morid, several questions in a row, she finally says, the artificers were very studious. And then she holds out her arm, pointing to the dwarf sitting on the chair now. This was Ulrin Clayhair. He was one of the better artificers. He was also quite the gambler. I'm not at all surprised to have found him here, probably gambling to the end. And she chuckles.
I'm gonna ask her questions like what she knows about this place and what she knows about what happened here and how the dwarves passed away, what happened to them.
Sometimes they didn't know their limits.
They bit off more than they could chew.
And she closes her eyes and nods, and she says, unfortunately for a great many of them, in many ways they did this. And then she says, you are adventurers.
You could say that.
And she smiles and she says, I bid thee farewell.
Where are you going?
And she says, I have some affairs I must attend to.
Are you coming back?
What kind of affairs?
You can see that she is slightly annoyed at the question, as though it was a bit personal. Private affairs.
Let me, you're the only one that knew them. This. Here.
There are many people who have known these dwarfs.
But maybe known them as fondly as you did. You're here visiting Mr. Clayhair here, and he's not really here.
In life, we were not so fond, unfortunately.
Oh,
Irreconcilable differences between myself and many of these, but I have the greatest of respect for them, and I do mourn their loss.
well, regret can be a terrible burden to bear.
So, if you're leaving now, are you going to come back? Is there a way we can contact you to talk to you later?
To the three of you? Is the kobold with you?
Huh?
What kobold?
Forget I mentioned anything.
Does someone else live here?
Someone else thought to take the skeleton before you, but like you, he was kind enough to put him back. I had assumed he was with you.
Uh-oh.
Like I told him, I was just visiting. I will not be in your way.
Well, enjoy those private affairs of yours.
And may your adventure be prosperous. And she kind of bows to you. Well, not kind of. She actually bows to you, does a curtsy, and then she slowly starts to fade away along with a rapier on the table.
All right, then.
Well, that was weird.
Next room.
That was weird.
On the map, directly below where we are, is there like a door there, or what is that?
That is a door that is closed. The door to this area was open.
Kind of to the southeast of us. Is that another open door?
To the southeast. Okay, yeah, that's an open door. You could peek in there if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna peek in there with the ready to action to blast anything that seems hostile. Is there just nothing in here?
Most of it is gone, yes. You do see a couple coins on the floor, like silver pieces and copper pieces, but nothing of significant value.
I'll pick up the coins, just put them in my pack.
You get 2 silver and 3 copper then.
Were they tails up or tails down? You should only pick up the ones that are heads up.
And then to the north of you would have been another door, but which one are you opening first?
I'll assist him in another investigation if he's checking for traps.
Okay.
20. A dirty 20.
You don't see anything that looks like it would be dangerous.
You should be good to go.
Now, Erevon opens the door with another ready to action. What is that thing?
So you see a kobold at the scale weighing a bunch of coins, and he's not paying you any mind. He's just picking up weights and putting stuff into the sack, all measured. As you two just stand there, he's continuing to work.
Did you knock over Mr. Clay?
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Okay. He jumps and he turns around. I put it back. Oh. Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting visitors.
To Moradville?
He puts the bag behind his back and slowly starts going to the door.
Hold on there. And I gesture to him to tell us his name. Hold on there.
Lobin.
Hold on there. Lobin.
Mm.
Where are you going?
He smiles. Oh, I'm just gonna go back to my people.
People? Where are your people?
We're miners.
Well, that's great. Where's your adult supervision?
I was just thinking something like that.
Yeah, he laughs at your joke and he says, "Oh, you're funny." Ha!
Yo, where are you going? We just met, Lobin.
Like I said, I need to go.
Oh, you were just fine weighing up the priceless treasures of Moradville.
Yeah. Is that the name of this place then?
It is now.
Oh, I had no idea that was changed.
Erevon is laughing and trying to hide it.
Well, how long do I need to hold here?
Well, as long as you have that bag, you got to hold here.
Oh, well, I can. Do you want me to share some of this with you?
Well,
Yes, let's share. And he
Share
pulls the
or-
bag out.
or all. But your people are miners. Where are you mining? Here?
Oh, no, not so much here. Some distance away. This kobold it's a reptilian creature. I realize I didn't even describe it. Has a long snout. It's a very slight creature. It's only about 3.5 feet tall.
I just wanted to how did he get here? Like how they're some distance away, and yet here you are in Norwoodville, weighing up coins, trying to share your stuff.
Yes. So I climbed up the wall to here, and he shows his claws. He's like, they're pretty dirty. I had to scale the wall.
Yeah, dad jokes for days. Did you know that gold is the worst thing to clean your hands with when they're dirty?
Oh, but I've heard the opposite. I've heard that gold shines, and it makes you shiny. Yes. Do you want some of this? This gold? As he takes the bag and starts pulling out some of the coins.
I look over at my companions like,
How much gold are you willing to offer?
Well, by my counting, I believe I have 132 gold and maybe another 75. That's my half. You can have this, which is about the same.
He gives us half of the gold.
Yep.
And is there a way I can check to see if he's intentionally taking more?
He's just taking out what he's saying is half of it.
An insight check, yeah?
Sure, but I can tell you immediately that you aren't inclined to believe him because he's trying to hide your view of the bag as much as possible.
Yeah, that's what I want to do is check. 20 on the die, plus 2.
Just by his cadence and body mannerisms, he's looking at you after he says things to judge how you feel about it.
Are you sure that's half?
Yes, quite sure.
You see, I something tells me it's not half. Just saying. But considering the fact that it's your gold, give us however much you want in that case.
Oh, well, less than half?
I mean, it's your gold, so how much are we getting?
I found it.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you my name?
You're Morid.
Yeah. And what is the name of this place?
Moridville has taxes in place now, huh?
It's Moridville. Therefore, all the gold you found in Moridville should belong to Morid.
Oh, I see.
Taxation.
Where did I find it? He starts to get a little snippy.
Because you stole it.
Well, why'd you leave it laying on the floor?
Because you weren't supposed to scale your way in.
Then why is there a wall?
To prevent you from entering.
I've been away.
For a while here, you and him go back and forth. Well, half.
For each of us.
You can take your half of the half I give you.
You can give Erevan half and Diamond half and then me half.
How do you have 3 halves?
Yes, exactly, Erevan.
What if we all split the bag into all the coins in that bag? What if we split it into 4 equal piles and we all get 1?
Oh, you want me to go with just a quarter of what I've...
Taxation, my friend. We're the tax collectors.
No, this is thievery.
Welcome to taxation.
All right. Well, because... So you look very dangerous. Very strong. Okay, I will give each of you a quarter.
A third.
What?
A third.
Oh, God.
Wait, so what? You want a third?
Uh-huh.
And then we split 2/3 into thirds.
No, a third.
We split the whole thing into thirds and we don't give you shit.
Oh, you want all of it? No.
We're robbing this man.
Now you're picking up what we're laying down.
We're just spending a half hour here negotiating who gets how much gold.
All right, here, I have an idea. He holds out some of the gold. How about, okay, now, Morid, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, geez. 8.
All right. Erevan, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw. And Diamond as well.
17.
16.
He holds out his hand with some gold pieces in it, and he drops it. and he starts trying to run through the door. But Erevan and Diamond, you manage to grab him before he can get away. I'm assuming you would try to stop him, though, because this was very quick.
Yeah.
I would try to stop him.
Morin, he almost plowed right over you to the doorway.
Whoa.
I guess we're robbing this guy. I don't know. I thought we could split it, but
Let me go.
gonna have to pay a toll first.
I just gave you some. Here. And he dumps out half of it. There, take that, and I will leave.
How much is it? How much did he dump out?
It was probably about 100 gold.
I take the bag and I'm gonna look through it and see how much is in there.
It looks like he was going to give you about a third of it, about 300 gold worth of coins and some gems.
So, Mora, do you want to take thirds or quarters?
I'll leave that up to you. He would have got past me.
What do you think, Diamond?
Thirds are more than quarters.
So you want to just rob him of all his money?
I will if you want to.
I guess I'm the decision maker again.
I thought we already established this.
I thought it was just a one-time thing. I'll split it into quarters, but I'm going to take basically that's 75 for each of us. But I'm going to take 25 from his because he tried to deceive us, and I'll split that 25 among us. I give him the bag back with like 50 gold pieces in it.
Well, thank you. I'm leaving. Have fun. I hope you die in acid.
Bye.
Just completely robbed this guy, gave him some of his money back.
Bye, Felicia.
You see him stop over here towards the lever on the door. And he puts his hand up to it. Oh, Diamond, you charging him? He's like, watch out. I'm going to close the door. You don't want to be stuck in a door.
No, leave it open.
Oh, why?
Why would you close it?
Well, you don't want anything coming up behind you, do you?
That's not going to happen.
I'm going to ready in action. If he puts his hand on the lever, I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
I'm going to make some new magic stones.
Oh, whoa. Calm down.
I highly suggest you reconsider this course of action here.
Okay. And he backs away from the door a bit. I just figured you didn't want all the creatures to come up behind you while you're exploring, following you around.
I thought you said you hope we die in acid.
Well, I do. But while you're on your way to that acid pit, you wouldn't want anything following you around in the shadows, would you? Setting up little traps of poison here and there.
Like kobolds?
How about you leave now with the money you've been given?
Can I just throw a stone at him? Like, just shut up, go away.
Are you trying to hit him or are you just trying to spook him away?
A little bit of both.
Okay. Yeah, you throw the stone and it hits him and you see him fall backwards. All right, I'll leave the door open. And he starts walking away.
That's going to be a problem. Then I move to the next door.
Next to me.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'd seen the last of that kobold. Lobin.
Well, I mean, you were the one that wanted to say everything in here is yours, so.
Well, yeah. I'm kind of getting blinded by this. This is like, where's a place that like you've always read about, and if you went there, you'd lose your shit. Like, Dragonland, but for artificers. That's here.
I'm fine with what we just did there. Just robbed him most of his money.
I may be making questionable choices, which is why I shouldn't be the decision maker. Just saying. We robbed a kobold.
Well, I mean, he had gold. He could have just shared some and then he tried to be old deception here.
Yeah, I led the whole thing, Lobin, like with prison rules or something. Okay, well, anyway.
Next door.
I'm going to try to forget my lapse of moral judgment and move forward. This is a new day in Mord.
All right, Mr. Mayor.
If there was a baby, I would kiss it. I'm on the campaign trail.
Okay. So what's in this room?
All right, so this room, you see a lot of broken down weapons, siege weapons. The ballista below you is the only operational one you can find. This room looks like a room for parts, so that would leave that large door to your right.
Do you want to check it for traps together, Mord?
Yeah, you lead it though. I'll guide you.
So Mord's assisting me and I have to do the investigation?
Yep.
I got an 18 and a 19, so that is a total of 22.
This door is extremely sturdy. This does look like the wood that would be used on Alfie's armor. Like a wooden blast door. This could take a lot of punishment. You can even see where some bolts stuck into the wood but didn't do the damage that you would have expected.
Like bolts from the ballista there?
Yep.
Tough door.
There is an area where you could put a lever. It looks like a switch area that should normally open this, but that looks destroyed or at least taken. Like there's a hole in the wall where something should have went in, like some sort of shaft to operate this by your figuring, because that's what you used to open a metallic door previously.
Is that lever removable from the first door?
Do you go check that out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Little bastard. He's trying to steal the lever.
Yeah, as you're looking at the lever, you see that there's some gems encrusted into the metal itself, like they were forged into it, like an identification key.
Well, let's try it. And I walk up and hand it to Erevan.
All right, I put it in a little slot or whatever.
And I back up.
All right, I ready another action to blast anything that appears hostile. And I pull the lever.
And through here, you see that this floor here is slanted towards the south and actually goes down, but there is a large amount of debris on the floor there that piles up to the ceiling. So there was some kind of a collapse here. Straight across is more hallway that I don't have on the map at present, and it looks like it goes through more workshops or crafting stations similar to the rooms that you're at currently. To the north, there's like a stairway that ascends to another level. As when you look up there, you can see that there's like a living area above you. Past the stairs on the flanks of it, it looks like it goes into more forging areas.
This place is awesome.
Well, I'm glad you're having fun. Everyone steps in here then.
There's a skeleton that's underneath some of the stones that does not appear to be dwarvish.
What's this? What's this? There's magic everywhere. What's this?
All right, is that what Mord's doing?
Yeah, there's forges everywhere. Okay. What's this? What's this? This crafting station.
Erevan, and if Diamond's nearby, you both would start hearing some ticking noises coming from the hallway forward, like to the east of Erevan currently.
There's ticking down that hallway.
You probably just hear my heart beating. It's moving very fast.
No, there's ticking down that hallway.
Just coming into your view, Diamond, you see a contraption that's walking on the floor as its legs are hitting the stone, making clicking noises, and the device itself is ticking. Above it, you see a spool of thread, but it looks like a metallic thread. Needle spool? Am I describing that correctly? Yeah, like something you go to Hobby Lobby and pick up, and you're like, oh, I need some string. Well, it's that spool that comes on, right? Well, there's one sitting on top of the spider that spools out metal to each of its legs. And it's approaching your party, seemingly attracted to the sound of Morid running around dancing and singing.
I do that thing where you jump up and you like kick your legs out and like click your heels together in the air. That just happened.
As you do that, more start coming out from the different rooms and going into the hallway, and they start approaching.
Ah, spiders!
What? Spiders?
Morid, you would immediately recognize these as similar to the clockwork spider you have, but much larger.
We may just be dead here.
Perhaps.
And one of the spiders makes a hissing sound as acid comes out of its the protrusions near its face, as though it's oiling up and getting ready to shoot acid.
Damn it. Every time I go up with something, you use it against me.
No, this is part of the thing. I thought you used these.
No, I use this with my spider a week before.
Yeah, I know. So you made that up?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I totally thought you took it.
No, these things actually do that?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Well, so I put a GIF in the chat of like that little of the short circuit guy with his laser. That's what my cannon looks like. Comes up on my shoulder. No disassemble.
Let's roll up some initiatives then.
21.
Erevan's at 21.
19.
19 for Diamond.
Mord's at 12.
Erevan, you're actually up first. These spiders aren't exactly this close yet. Erevan, you are 30 feet from them, but they wouldn't have come into your view until, 60 feet with dark vision?
Probably, yeah.
They're just coming out of the shadows and into your vision. And between your vision being blocked by Mora dancing and hopping in front of you and clicking his heels. What do you do?
I suppose I'll try this out. I'm going to cast Shatter. The range is 60 feet, so I think I'm in luck there. It's a 10-foot radius. So I'm assuming I can position that so it hits all of them, right?
Yep.
And all three of them must make a Constitution saving throw.
All right, 2 of them I'm pretty certain have failed. The other one, I think, makes it. What's the DC?
I think 13.
All right, so 2 of them fail, 1 makes it.
All right.
So
What?
this is a spell, though. They each have advantage. Sorry.
I thought you'd already factored that in.
No, I didn't. All right, yeah, still just 1 makes it.
17 damage for the ones who failed their saves and half as much for the one who succeeded. And that is thunder damage, in case that mattered.
17. Okay. Thunder damage. And that's your turn? Or do you have more you're going to do?
No, I don't think so.
All right, Diamond.
You said they're 60 feet away?
Yes,
I can hit them with the magic sword. 17.
that's a hit. How much damage?
6.
6, okay. Any other actions on your turn? Are you going to move or...
I'm gonna stay where I am for now.
One of the spiders, the one you just threw a stone at, looks quite damaged. They don't seem deterred at all by your attacks. They move in quickly to within 30 feet of you. All 3 of them aimed their, I want to say, little cannons on their faces at Erevan. And they're each going to make an attack from 30 feet away.
Uh-oh, nice knowing you.
Does a 16 hit?
Yeah.
All right, you need to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 14.
Just barely. Nice.
Yeah.
So you take 5 piercing damage as one of the needle attacks actually pierces your skin. Poison and acid start seeping into your veins, but you manage to resist the effects of it.
That's horrific. Poison and acid? Man, these artificers were dicks. One or the other, man. Like both?
I thought you were just freaking out over them. Just like, oh, Artificer ruins. This is
Well, then
so
we just
exciting.
got this like giant, spider thing shooting acid poison needles at you. I mean, this is not the vision I have for Moradville.
Now they continue moving. Their legs are going super fast and they run right up to you. You see a blade come out from the bottom of the bodies of each of them. They're about ready to attack you. However, that's the end of their turn, and we're going to Morad in the middle of your kick.
Okay. Shit. I'm going to position myself in a way. If I'm right here, could I 15-foot cube them without hitting Erevan or Diamond?
Yeah.
It's about to get weird, I say, and I cast Thunder Wave.
Oof. What? That's a save?
Yeah, I didn't want to use a save spell, but it is what it is. It's a 13 con save.
Well, it worked for me, so.
Is that what you used to?
Yep.
Well, just because it pushes them, that's the only reason I was thinking it.
Ooh, that's cool.
If they say it,
All right, how much damage?
12.
12, and it's half on a save.
Yeah, so save takes half as much damage. The ones that fail, they're pushed 10 feet away from me. And I'd like to think that this thunder wave comes out as me yelling, "This is not my vision of Moradville."
And one that makes it is pushed away 10 feet.
As a bonus action, I'm going to fire my ballista because I can do that. Ugh, but 10 does not hit, does it?
No.
What
So as it's flying through the air, you try to hit it with your ballista.
It's a force ballista.
Force Ballista. Nice. A trick shot you attempted just then, Morid, but unfortunately you miss. It still looked cool.
Oh, thanks. As long as it looks cool. And I'm going to move to where they'd have to shoot at Erevan to hit me. Pass my turn.
All right, Erevan, it's your turn.
How is this remaining spider looking?
Not so good, because when that thunder wave struck, those two spiders just shattered in every direction. This one almost fell apart as well. So it's only got 3 or 4 legs left on it still. Part of its main body's missing.
I'm going to move up to him, and I'm going to put my Hexblade's Curse on it with my bonus action. And I then attack it with my greatsword. And that is a 19 total.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Oh boy. 14 damage.
And you crush it into the stone floor, and it stops moving. The whirling sounds of it fade away.
And I regain pretty much all of my hit points from the Hexblade Curse.
All right, so you guys can still hear some ticking sounds coming from down that hallway, but nothing else seems to have been alerted to your presence.
Or it doesn't want to come after us, because it knows.
You just destroyed those 3 spiders there.
It's not the Mordville way.
I believe these spiders very disassembled and very much not alive and trying to kill us is more accurate to what you had in mind for Mordville.
I will say this. My spider is an original creation. I kind of feel like these old artificers ripped me off. I don't know. They filed for proper licensing.
Are you going to copyright your spider?
I'm thinking about it now. Look what we just did.
Now, while you're looking at this, Erevan, since you're trying to pull your sword out of this little device, you see that this was part of a automated loom. Didn't originally have a steel weave to it. It was actually part of a clothing shop. Something's modified it. Morin, this is what's cutting metal and taking it somewhere else.
These spiders are? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And so I imagine you shared the information about the loom.
Yep.
So these originally were making clothing. Now they're death spiders.
That are ripping clothing off doors.
So a betting gnome would say that Rise of the Machines, you ever read that story about the machines taking over and killing the people?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, man. I think he was talking about this place.
Morrinsville, you mean?
Well, I have a vision of what this place could be. I mean, look at that room. In that room, it's all crafting spaces. There's so much room for activity.
Maybe we could call it Skyweave.
Yes, Skyweave. Good one. Oh, wait.
Hi, Amir says.
It's us.
Yeah, it is. It's us again. All right. I have some mail and a few notes for you guys.
All right. Sing the mail song.
We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. This is from the king for you, Morid.
Oh, thanks.
This is from, hold on, I gotta look at the writing. Oh, Erevan, here you go. This is your stuff. Diamond. Some paladin. Here you go. And
Paladin.
yeah, Terrence, I think. Yeah, we'll go with Terrence, but it's a T word. Sorry. How far back is it though? Okay. Anyway,
Terrence and Philip, the paladins.
No, Philip is the cleric.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. They're on their way to that Fey forest. And they just wanted to thank you for the information they got. All right. So this place is scary. Bye.
Wait.
What?
Look at all the crafting rooms.
Yeah. He starts walking away. It's like, what the
No.
fuck are they crafting here? They're crafting creatures.
Hey, Morage, look at the results of all the crafting rooms. And I kind of gesture towards the spiders that tried to kill us.
This is a minor setback in what could be the most profitable maker space that we've seen in this lifetime.
Profit?
Profit. Think about it, right? See those crushed bits? They were spiders. Okay, they were spiders. And think about this.
This rusted crap on the floor?
You got to see past the rust and into the gold.
Barely forgeable metal?
No, hear me out. These spiders, if tweaked properly, could weave this metal into your clothing, right? Giving your clothing the protection of armor.
I don't think I want to be wearing clothing while it's weaving anything.
You don't. Yes, you're short-sighted here, Amir. You're the clothier to the nobles, correct?
Some. Don't say it's allowed, though. Like, I wouldn't get that business if everybody knew about it.
Hey, clothier to the noble.
Yeah.
Okay. Think if that clothing actually protected them like armor.
Okay. I will think about it.
Do it. So?
Well?
Did you think about it?
Yeah, I thought about it, and I still don't like spiders, especially not ones that go around and kill everything.
Well, the acid poison needles was terrible.
There's a bit of overkill on those artificers' parts.
Right. I'm going to go before I die.
Watch out for kobolds.
Oh, yeah, I met one on the way on. He wanted me to tell you, fuck you.